Management Information System, Chapter 5, IT Infrastructure and Emerging Technologies by Roy Estrella. Learning objectives for this topic: 1. Define IT infrastructure and describe its components. 2. Identify and describe the stages and technology drivers of IT infrastructure evolution. 3. Assess contemporary computer hardware platform trends. 4. Assess contemporary software platform trends. And 5. Evaluate the challenges of managing IT infrastructure and management solutions. What is IT infrastructure? IT infrastructure is the shared technology resources that provide the platform for the firm's specific information system applications. It includes hardware, software, and services that are shared across the entire firm. What are the components of IT infrastructure? 1. Computer hardware platforms. 2. Operating system platforms. 3. Enterprise software platforms. 4. Networking and telecommunication platforms. 5. Database management software. 6. Internet platforms and consulting services. And 7. System integrators. These are the components of the IT infrastructure. 1. Computer hardware platforms. Client machines, desktop PCs, mobile computing devices like PDAs and laptops. You have servers, blade servers, ultra-thin computers stored in racks, mainframe, IBM mainframe equivalent to thousands of blade servers, top chip producers, the AMD, the Intel, IBM, top firms IBM, HP, Dell, Sun Microsystems. 2. What are operating system platforms? 1 is operating systems, then client level, which is 95% run Microsoft Windows XP, server level, which is 85% run on Unix or Linux. 3. Enterprise software applications. Enterprise software is a term used to describe applications and technologies that companies use in order to support their operational and strategic initiatives by focusing on the whole organization rather than single user. Enterprise software applications examples are the SAP, Oracle, BEA, and Zoom. The fourth components of IT infrastructure, you have the enterprise software applications. Data management and storage. Enterprise database management software is responsible for organizing and managing the firm's data so that they can be efficiently accessed and used. Network telecommunications platforms. The leading database software providers are the IBM, Oracle, Microsoft, and Sybase, which supply more than 90% of the US database software marketplace. Fifth components: network telecommunications platforms. Telecommunication services like telecommunications, cables, telephone company, charges for voices line and internet access, the AT&T, and the Verizon. Sixth component: internet platforms. Hardware, software management services to support company websites, internet hardware server market like Dell, HP, Compaq, and IBM, web development tool suites such as Microsoft and IBM. We also have web share like Sun, Java, independent software developers, Macromedia, Adobe, and Real Media. 7 component: consulting system integration services. System integration is the process of integrating all the physical and virtual components of an organization system. The physical components consist of the various machine systems, computer hardware, inventory, and others. The virtual components consist of data stored in databases, software, and applications. The process of integrating all these components so that act like a single system is the main focus of system integration. Uh, Connection between the firm of IT infrastructure and business capabilities. How did the IT infrastructure evolve? 1. General purpose mainframe and mini computer era, which is from 1959 up to present. In 1958, IBM frame IBM first mainframes introduced. In 1965, less expensive DEC mini computers are also introduced. 2. Personal computer area from 1981 to present. In 1981, personal computers were introduced by IBM. Proliferation in 80s, 90s resulted in growth of personal software. 3. Client server era from 1983 to present. Desktop clients networks to servers with processing work split between clients and servers. Network may be tiered, two-tiered or multi-tiered or n-tiered. And various types of servers, network application, and web. This image shows the stages in IT infrastructure evolution. You have from the 1959, 1981, and the 1983 to present. Fourth, enterprise computing area, 1992 to present. Move toward integrating disparate networks applications using internet standards and internet applications. Fifth, evolution. Cloud computing, which is 2000 to present. This refers to a model of computing where firms and individuals obtain computing power and software applications over the internet or other network, and it is also the fastest growing form of computing. This image shows the evolution from 1992 to present, and the presently used system, which is the cloud computing. Technology drivers of infrastructure evolution. Moore's law and microprocessing power. It states that computing power doubles every 18 months. This data shows the Moore's law and microprocessing power, which shows that the processing power and the number of transistors in thousands and billions. It shows that Moore's law means more performance. This data also shows that Moore's law means decreasing cost. Moore's law begins in 1965 and up to present shows that the cost in transistor price in US dollar decreases. 2. Law of mass digital storage. The amount of data being stored each year doubles. From 1980 to 2008, the amount of data being stored each year increases. 3. Metcalfe's law and network economics. Value or power of a network grows exponentially as a function of the number of network members. As network members increase, more people want to use it or demand for network access increases. 4. Declining communication costs and internet. An estimated 1.5 billion people worldwide have internet access. As communication costs fall towards a very small number and approach zero, utilization of communication and computing facilities explodes. 5. Standards and network effects. Specifications that establish the communication of products and the ability to communicate in a network. It unleashed the powerful economies of scale and results in price declines as manufacturers focus on the products built to a single standard. What are current trends in software platforms? 1. Blockchain. This technology serves to store data from transactions. Nowadays, Bitcoin deals successfully use this instrument. 2. Virtual reality, VR, and augmented reality, the AR. With AR technology, one sees on a camera display the real world and additional inserted digital objects. VR lets also a person dive into virtual space with the help of a headset. 3. Open source software. Open source software is produced and maintained by a global community of programmers and is often downloaded for free. 4. Grid computing. Grid computing involves connecting geographically remote computers into a single network to create a virtual supercomputer by combining the computational power of all computers on the grid. It also takes advantage of the fact that the most computers use their central processing units in average only 25% of the time for the work they have been assigned, leaving these idle resources available for other processing tasks. 5. Virtualization. It is the process of presenting a set of computing resources such as computing power or data storage so that they can all be accessed in ways that are not restricted by physical configuration or geographical location. It also enables a single physical resource such as server or a storage device to appear to the user as multiple logical resources. It also enables multiple physical resources such as storage devices or servers to appear as a single logical resource, as would be the case with storage area networks or grid computing. Virtualization makes it possible for a company to handle its computer processing and storage using computing resources housed in remote locations. Cloud computing. The U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, or the NIST, defines cloud computing as having the following essential characteristics, according to Mel and Grants in 2009. On-demand self-service. Individuals can obtain computing capabilities such as server time or network storage on their own. Ubiquitous network access. Individuals can use standard network and internet devices, including mobile platforms, to access cloud resources. Location-independent resource pooling. Computing resources are pooled to serve multiple users with different virtual resources, dynamically assigned according to user demand. The user generally does not know where the computing resources are located. Rapid elasticity. Computing resources can be rapidly provisioned, increased, or decreased to meet changing user demand. Measured services. Charges for cloud resources are based on amount of resources actually used. 7. Green computing refers to practices and technologies for designing, manufacturing, using, and disposing of computers, servers, and associated devices such as monitors, printers, storage devices, and networking and communication systems to minimize impact on the environment. 8. Autonomic computing. Autonomic computing is an industry-wide effort to develop systems that can configure themselves, optimize and tune themselves, heal themselves when broken, and protect themselves from outside intruders and self-destruction. 9. High performance and power saving. Multi-core processor is an integrated circuit to which two or more processor cores have been attached for enhanced performance, reduced power consumption, and more efficient simultaneous processing of multiple tasks. 10. Linux and open source software. Open source software is a software produced by a community of several hundred thousand programmers around the world. According to the leading open source professional association from opensource.org, open source software is free and can be modified by users. Software outsourcing. Software outsourcing enables a firm to contract custom software development or maintain existing legacy programs to outside firms, which often operate offshore in low-wage areas of the world. 12. Mashups and apps. The software you use for both personal and business tasks may consist of large contained programs, or it may be composed of interchangeable components that are integrated freely with other applications on the internet.